your boy Sir Sturdy, and I'm here for another Sturdy Reviews. This time it's live. Yeah, live. Who would have thought? Eh, everybody. But as you guys can see, I'm here to discuss Renfield and the Super Mario Bros., which me and the wife happened to see both of them today, as well as we did see Evil Dead yesterday, which I plan on doing a review for that a little later on, within the next couple of days or whatever, maybe weeks. I'm gonna see who, maybe James wants to review that with me. So that one's gonna be reviewed a little bit later on. But today it's Renfield and it's Super Mario Bros. And I'm gonna start off with the movie we started with when we went to go see it, which is Renfield. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna say this, all right? First of all, fuck Nicolas Cage. Gotta start out with that. Secondly, before I dive into this, I do want to say this. That whole AI bullshit with the music, I heard some bullshit yesterday. Real quick, I got to get this off my chest. With, what was it? And I like his music, so don't screw all the other nonsense. But it was Kanye West, AI, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. It pissed me off. Whoever created that deserves to be punched in the mouth. I'm not even apologizing for that. Don't do that, people. Don't. It sucks. It's terrible. Don't do that. Let's stop that. And enough about that. Let's dive into Renfield. So you get this horror comedy. Of course, he plays Dracula. He's not in the movie a lot, which thank God he's not. And then the parts that he was in, it was just like, for me, I can't stand the guy at all. And it was tough to watch. His parts, especially, were tough to watch. The rest of the movie overall wasn't bad, though, honestly. You had some fun with it. Definitely had some laughs with it. And there's a connection with these movies, actually, which is funny. There's actually a connection with the movies we reviewed last night as well, going with all these, about standing up for yourself and all that stuff. But besides the point. But you get Dracula's servant, Renfield, and he's the one who basically goes out, gets the people to Dracula for him to, eat, kill, so he can drink their blood and live on. And basically he's getting tired of it. He's like, I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own man type of deal. And it takes him a while to grow a pair. I'm just jumping around through this movie. I'm not going to do too many spoilers for this because there's both new movies and you guys should go out and see them if you want to. But anyways, with this, so he wants to get like Renfield, you find out he's not as bad as you think he is. As crazy as that sounds, yes, he's Dracula's servant and all this other stuff, but it's like he really doesn't want to be bad. Would you come to find out through this movie at least? I don't know the whole. I am listening to the book, but from what I'm getting through this movie, which cool thing from the movie and the book is the whole. In the book, I remember he was eating flies. And in this movie, he's eating the bugs, which is his power. So he's, instead of biting people, he's, the bugs. Which, it'd be nice if Dracula did the same shit and got rid of some of the bugs that we got to deal with all the time. But besides the point. Yo, how's it going, Facebook user? And have you seen either one of these films yet? Renfield or Super Mario Bros.? Watch them both today, doing a little review on them real quick. But anyways, yeah, so he doesn't want to be bad anymore. And he just finds ways to get a backbone. Big Mickey. How's it going, man? How's it going? Thanks for showing up. And what was cool about it is like the person he partners up with, I'm not going to give too much away, but the person he partners up with, they needed each other. Like both of their weaknesses, or both of their strengths as far as people, was the other's weakness, which is kind of, I know he's not a person, but you guys get what I mean. And it just kind of builds. So you're kind of building this team, you're building this force, this bond, which Another way these movies connect, this and this, is you're doing that in the same, just in different ways, like building this team, this force, this bond to defeat the evil, to save themselves, to kind of stand up for themselves in both of these films. Like these guys right here, Mario and Luigi, they're doing things to stand up for themselves, not only help, the princess in that world and the toads and all them people, but just themselves in Brooklyn, and like to get that respect they want, they need, they deserve. And they earn it in this shit, just like Renfield does in this, which was kind of kind of cool to twist it like that with these two films, because you wouldn't even think they would connect, and they really do. So if you guys have seen these films, I'll say this: I challenge you guys to find your connection with them. Challenge you guys, sorry. What else was I gonna say about Renfield? I didn't hate the movie, surprisingly. Yeah, I know Nicolas Cage was in it, but I didn't hate the movie. Again, his parts did get on my nerves, because I just cannot stand seeing him, hearing him, anything. But with him not in it, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Overall, I'd probably give Renfield maybe I'll say a 5.5. I'll say a 5.5. I'm sure there's going to be more. I'm sure we're going to watch them, but I'll give it about a 5.5, because at the same time, I do enjoy the horror. I love horror comedy, but with vampire stuff and with stuff like this, because the gore, I'll tell you this: the gore in this movie was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Yes, it was CGI and all that shit, but I didn't care. But I just want to see, which people, please point me in the right direction, because I want to see some dark vampire movies, like some dark ones that are supposed to scare you, all this other stuff. I'm tired of the comedy stuff with vampires. I'm tired of the lovey-dovey stuff with vampires. It's just not for me. I want to see the dark, rip you apart, just that kind of shit for vampires. Those are on my. I'm realizing more and more. And again, I know a big part of it is because I haven't seen enough. But vampire is like on one of the lower tiers for horror movies for me, unless they're real violent. Unless they're real violent. Other than that, it's like on a lower. I don't really care for them. I don't really look for them. I'll watch it, but it's like, this isn't really what I want. Like when I hear vampire, I want something that's gonna really, like, oh my god, that thing's gonna rip you apart, not make you laugh and have these ugly ass infinity rings. This that just bothers me. His face just really bothers me. And I'm trying to be a better person, guys, but some things I just can't change. But what I will say is Renfield, going away from my Nicolas Cage hate for a moment, just for a moment. I mean, if you want to go pay to see it in theaters, go ahead and pay for it to see it in theaters. I'll say that. Would I go see it again in theaters? Absolutely not. Will I watch it again? Only for a podcast. Only for a podcast to review it. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't something I would go back to at the same time. Like, oh my god, I gotta see this again. And I would love to hear you guys' thoughts for those who have seen Renfield. So again, I'm gonna go with a 5.5. I'm gonna stick with a 5.5 for that movie. Again, I didn't go out hating it, but I didn't go out loving it either. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Yeah, if you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, you're gonna enjoy this movie. Because my wife mentioned it after the movie. She was like, "You'd probably enjoy this movie a hell of a lot more if he wasn't in this movie." Because there's just that weird. I just can't stand him. We all have that person. We all have that person. It could be an actor. It could be a cousin. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be anybody. It could be a coworker. It could be Paul from down the street that, for whatever reason, you guys always meet up at the gas station at the same exact time, and he just gets on your damn nerves. And that's cool. That's fine. Don't do anything stupid about it. Just talk shit like I am. And move on and have fun with it. Now let's move on to Mario Brothers. The Super Mario Brothers movie. This right here made me so damn happy, people. Like, this right here, for me, was better, way better than expected. It was better than what people were saying about this movie. Like, I only heard was good things, but this movie here just put a smile on my face. Thank you. This movie here, which I will be doing, like, I'm not gonna like spoils. I may say some spoils here and there for anybody watching. That's gonna be for sturdy reviews from here on out. Some movies I will spoil, especially if I'm reviewing like an older film. But these theater releases, what I'm doing on the sturdy reviews, not on the podcast portion, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but I will be throwing some spoilery stuff in there. But it just like I would go watch this one in theaters again for sure, for sure. Went to see it with the wife in 3D, which was awesome, and it just fucking made my day. Like this movie here brought me back to my childhood. This movie here with just I love how, oh my gosh, where can I even start? Where can I even start? Like, okay, the music in the game, like if you played, which most of us have around my age. I'm gonna be 38 in November, so around my age, a little older, and of course younger. We've played through these games. You may not have played every single one of them, but you've played through them. You know the songs and stuff. You know the music, and I love how they had the visuals, the music. They did everything with that for me, and that's one thing I was expecting. That's one thing I was, or not expecting. That's one thing I was really hoping for, is like what they're drawing from the games. Not even necessarily the story portion of it, which the story didn't bother me at all either. And this was so much better than what we got as kids. So much better. As a matter of fact, you know what? If you have kids, right? And listen, I'm not telling you guys how to parent, but I feel if you have kids, do me a favor, please. I don't remember how that original movie was, but go back and watch that just to make sure it's appropriate enough for your children to watch, depending on which let your kids watch. Watch that with them, and then watch this one. And if your kids haven't seen this one yet, the new one yet, make them watch the original like we had to. Don't make them wait 30 years for a good one to come out. Make them watch the original and then go take them to the theater to watch this so they can really appreciate it. This is something we listen. This is something we deserve as kids, or at least in our teens, I'll say. We deserve this right here in our teens. This not no, absolutely not. That original Mario movie is not worse than Blood Lake, not even close. Because we at least knew it was a Mario movie. We knew what was going on. I love this. See stuff like this. I love people. I love when people just know Blood Lake is the worst horror movie that Sir Sturdy has seen. He hates it. All that good stuff, right? And that is like the only movie that I'll ever reference other movies to, or like on put on my scale of like it's from Blood Lake to a positive 10 type of deal. If you haven't seen Blood Lake, be brave, be very brave. It's out there on streaming. I believe it's on Vudu. It's not on Tubi anymore. It's on Vudu and some other streaming platforms. I believe it's on Screenbox as well. And if you can get in touch with the owners, and if they'll sell it to me cheap, I want to own the rights to Blood Lake and I want to put it out everywhere. Why? Why not? That's why. But back to this. Again, just the nostalgia of it just made me just smile. I was damn near smiling through this whole freaking movie, and I can't tell you the last time that I've been like that excited during a movie, during a non horror movie, non Turtles movie, something like that. Like just this just did it for me. This just did it for me. I don't know what it was, but it was just like, oh my gosh, this right here. I mean, just as simple as this had me excited. How they wrote Mario Bros, the Super Mario Bros. That's dope. Simple, yes. Super Nintendo is what I'm thinking of. Boom. Donkey Kong, the music they used for Donkey Kong, they pulled that from the Nintendo 64 game. They had Diddy in the game, or sorry, in the movie. They had so many characters, so many side characters in this movie. They had so much, and there's gonna be more. I can't wait for there to be a sequel. I can't. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. Here is what I'm thinking. Right. We have the Marvel universe. I want the Mario universe. I want the Smash Brothers universe. I want a Smash Brothers movie, and they're all connecting through their own movies. Sorry, this side. Their own movies. Like the Super Mario movie. You could do a Donkey Kong movie, even if you have them just kind of connected with this. Like if you treat Donkey Kong kind of like the Hulk, so you don't have him have his own solo movie. Maybe Mario and Luigi can be the ones that have their movies. Whatever. Sonic has his movie. Whatever. But you guys get where I'm going with this, and then the whole Smash Brothers fun tournament thing, whatever, however they want to spin that, and they don't even have to have it fighting against each other. They can have it going up against each baddie from those, from like Sonic, from Mario, so on and so forth. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. I love what they did with this. I really, really do. I'm giving this shit a 10. I'm giving this a 10. I had such a good time with this movie. And the theater was packed. There was kids in there, which the wife and I were just like, I was thinking in the back of my head, fuck, man, like there's kids in here. There's so many kids in here, which I get. There was kids, there was like young teens, but here and there you had people talk. You had little kids talking. You had lots of laughs and stuff, but you had like the younger kids talking, which wasn't too bad. Didn't bother me. But like the kids that were over, let's say like 5 years old, 6 years old, however old the little ones were, they were fine. They were excited for the movie. As soon as the movie was good, they were quiet. They were laughing and just, it was awesome. It was an awesome experience, and I would definitely see that. I would go see that in theaters with the same people I watched that in theaters with a couple hours ago. It was good. I would see it in 3D again as well. This is a movie again. If you haven't seen the original, just because I say go watch the original, especially if you have children. If you've seen the original in your childhood, don't go. Just have your kids watch it. If you want to rewatch it, rewatch it. And this is, I highly recommend this movie. This movie definitely gets a Sir Sturdy stamp of approval. I'm so fucking happy that we went to theaters to see this movie. I really am, because 9 times out of 10, we're going to see horror movies. I'm glad that we were just like, you know what, let's go see Mario. I just kept hearing people talk about people that I trust. People, I trust what they say about certain films, not critics, but real people. And they are like, this movie was not bad. This movie is for us. And by that, I don't mean this isn't a race thing, people. This is for us as in adults. This is for us right here. So adults, go out there and go see this movie. And if you don't want to take your kids, don't feel bad not taking your kids to see this. Like, if they're not going to turn on to see how Mario looks on the NES, they don't deserve to see this. If they're not going to look at the old school games, no. This is for us. This is for us. They don't have to beat them. Just play them for 30 seconds a piece, something. Turn them on, whatever ones you have, so they can see it. You got the Switch. You got the thing with the Switch, the online thing with the Switch. Boom, they can see all these games. I highly, highly, highly recommend this movie. I absolutely loved it. Like I said, I can't wait for... honestly, after seeing this, after seeing this, I think movies that are connected with this, that are in this universe, if they will Who Your Universe thing, I may have to make those all theater watches. I really may have to make those all theater watches. And I hope my wife is listening, because she's going to be going along with me for these, because this was that good for me. This, like, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for more of these to come out. And I'm not really like this for non-horror movies, or not like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, or just certain movies that just grab me. Besides, horror, there's a few, but these are going to be added on to it. And I'm hoping they're just as good as this one, if not better. And again, I gave this a 10. I gave this a 5.5. And this was a fun, sturdy review. Everybody, let me know how you feel about these movies if you've seen them. If you've seen them, give me your reviews down below in the comments. And I'll get back to you before this ends, or next time I talk to you guys. Next time I, get a chance to. But seriously, 100% yes, go watch this. Do what you want. Do what you want. 100% yes. This movie is a 10 for me. This movie's a 5.5 for me. I'm glad. And another thing, I'm glad we started with this and ended with this, because this was just, oh my gosh, it was fantastic. It was fan-freaking-tastic, guys. Such a great time. Go watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Take your wife, take your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Go with your friends. Find a babysitter. Leave them kids at home, adults. Go with your friends, your family members that are, and go enjoy this movie. Go enjoy this movie. Go enjoy the movie once without the kids, and then go in there with the kids so you can enjoy it with the kids. But you got to, seriously, go enjoy this movie. This was awesome. This, do what you want. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you have a great night. Make sure you tune in to Horror Research 30 every Tuesday and Thursday, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I have some cool things in the works that I have in the back of my mind rolling that I'm going to start getting out to you guys. I'm going to start doing more of these live for you guys and some other cool things. But again, Tuesday, Thursday this week. Tuesday, we're actually reviewing. Actually, I think I have it up here. Let me show you guys real quick. Right here. Tuesday, Grave Encounters 1 and 2. And Thursday, Creep 1 and 2. And make sure you go back and check out what we did on Thursday when we reviewed The Stylist, which was another fun film. Go to horrorresearch30.com, people. Link is in the description. You can get all of my links. The watch parties are back. Wednesday, not sure what we're watching yet. Friday, Stranger Things, Season 2, Episode 9, and Season 3, Episode 1. I think that's all I got. There may be a surprise stream tonight. If we do, it's going to be Haunting of Hill House, which is on Netflix, and this, of course, is all going to be via Stream Lounge. And I'll make sure I drop a link out here to you guys as well. Have a great night. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace. Here we go. Go see this.